Growing up, we were much of a pet family. Now, in the divorce, my mom got a cat, well, she got us too, my brother and I. So we did have a cat in the family, but she was a single mom, and she didn't really feel like we could afford a pet. But that didn't stop my brother and I from doing the classic, Mom, can we get a dog, please? I want a dog, I want a dog. And she'd give us that look like, no. And a lot of times it was about the expense, which we could respect. But then, like magic, I was about 8 years old, some neighbors swooped in and said, hey, we have a couple of mice that our kids have outgrown. So here's a cage, here's a wheel, here's the little water bottle thingy. Take it all, which should have been a clue that this wasn't a good idea, but we couldn't say no to free, right? So now, all of a sudden, my brother and I had our first pets. Now, granted, they were two identical white mice, so I didn't really know which was which, but mine was kind of the slightly smaller one, but we didn't care. We were just happy we had a pet. And we would pick them up, and they would run on our hands, and they were fun. We'd watch them run on the wheel, and it's limited entertainment, but you know, it was a pet. Although things got more exciting than I had ever expected. One night, we heard, well, everybody was sleeping, and I specifically heard the cat right outside my hallway doing that sort of distinctive sound, and it was either, I didn't know what was going on. So I came out, and the cat had cornered one of the mice who had escaped. Like a convict or something. And so the cat had cornered the mouse and was making this noise, which could either have meant, oh, humans, there's a problem, or it could have meant, this isn't the noise I make before I eat a mouse. So either way, I swept in there and I saved the mouse. Oh, how could you harm the mouse? I am the savior of mice, you know. And I returned the mouse. I was like, my mouse escaped. My mouse escaped, but I saved her. I didn't even know it was a boy or a girl. Put it back in, secured the mouse, everything was cool. Happened again a little later the next week, the mice had figured it out, heard the noise of the cat, saved the mouse, repeat. Okay, one morning, went in to check on the mice, the door was askew, there's only one mouse in the cage, but the cat was like, what? Where's the mouse? I guess she figured out that if she wanted to have a mouse snack, she needed to be quiet about it. Shh. But of course my mom sold me on the idea of, oh, I guess she ran away. She wanted to live outside. And so I believed that. But of course I thought again it was my mouse that escaped. So I was like, Mom, no, I don't have a mouse. Chris has a mouse, but I don't have a mouse. So we went to the pet store and she bought me a mouse. They're not that expensive. In fact, they sell them to feed to the snakes. But anyway, I didn't know that at the time either. But I picked out my own mouse and he was brown. And I was so excited I finally had my own hand-picked animal that was going to be mine. And I gave him a name, which was Brownie. Hey, I was 8. Brownie? And I loved Brownie, and I took especially really good care of him. Oh, one thing that was really fun is I would take like the tube from a toilet paper roll, and I would put it in the cage, and they would run in and out, and then they'd chew it all up, and then you'd pull it out and start over. Okay, fun. So, so I played with him a lot, and I played with him really too much. So one day I was outside, and I was playing with him, and I was playing with him too much, and he bit me. So I threw him on the ground. Now, I had dropped Brownie before, but never with such velocity and never on concrete. And he was very still. And I realized he was dead, and I had killed him. And I was so heartbroken and guilt-ridden. I didn't even know I could kill an animal, and I felt terrible. And I went to my mom and said, Mom, Brownie bit me, and I dropped him. I lied to my mother. That's how guilty I felt. I dropped him, and he died. And my mom was very sweet about it. She gave me a little box, and I put him in there with some cotton, and I buried him in the backyard and had a little gravestone. And I think we had a little ceremony where my mom pretty much looked like, I have stuff to do, let's get on with it. So I was very sad about Brownie, and we did have other pets, like rodents after that, but I never really, got very close with them after that. So fast forward to last year. I was taking my own 8-year-old daughter, who does not shed, by the way, out to the car with me. It was a crisp fall morning after having a couple of cool nights. And I got into the car, but before we took off, I was going to drop her off at school. I needed to get something out of the glove compartment. I needed to get some napkins. Opened the glove compartment, and I saw a distinctive shredding pattern. I recognized that. There was a mouse in my glove compartment in my car. Oh, I was completely freaked out. And she went, "What? Wait." I was like, "Stay back." And I pulled all this stuff out of the glove compartment, all the shredded things and all the other crap you have in there, and I got to the bottom of it, and there was no mouse. He was gone. But he had left a bunch of poop in there. So there had been a mouse vagrant sleeping in my car for at least a few days, and I was scared and angry, and I wanted that mouse out of there. And I was gonna get a mouse trap, and I was gonna trap that mouse, and I was gonna kill him and all his friends who came to party in my car. Get on my car. So anyway, I closed it all up, took her to school, and then when I had a quiet moment, I thought, what the hell was that? Why did I react that way? I mean, nobody wants a mouse in their car, it's a nuisance, but with the fear and the sort of freakiness, I couldn't understand what that was about. But then, I was reminded of a quote from the fabulous movie, The Breakfast Club. And the Ali Sheedy character says, "When you grow up, your heart dies." Okay, then I rejected that because that's just ridiculous. We're talking about a mouse here, right? But, her character kind of has a point. As a child or in a teenager in her case, when you see what adults do around you and you don't understand their motivations, the things they do can look incredibly cold or heartless. And you don't really know why they do what they do until you're in their shoes. So when I was a kid, all I thought was, yay, furry animal, play with the mouse. And I didn't seek to understand that mice can be destructive and dirty and their poop can carry disease. But over the years, as I grew up, I learned that. And then encountering a mouse situation again, I come to it with all that knowledge. And that's just the way it is. And in fact, I think I did have a little bit of a heart, although I did put a mousetrap in my car. I had asked my husband to be the one to go see if it had caught anything, and it had. I just couldn't face the little guy. So, linguistically, the difference between the word pet, P-E-T, and pest, P-E-S-T, is the difference of only one letter. And it really depends on the creature I'm facing and also who I am facing the creature. Thank you.